Hey everybody, hope you guys are healthy and safe. So the footage you're watching right now is shot with the Insta360 One RS. So this is a new modular camera from Insta360. They're the company that makes all the awesome portable 360 action cameras. If you follow my channel, you will probably know that there was an Insta360 One R. So this is a sequel. This is like an update on the Insta360 One R. And this is a modular camera. Right now I'm shooting with the wide angle action lens, but I can switch it to a 360 lens in 30 seconds and I can shoot 360-degree footage. Okay, so here it is, the Insta360 One RS. So this is a modular design. So this is three-piece actually. This is the 4K boost lens right here. This is the core with the processor, and this is the battery base. And you can just hit the switch to remove the battery base, and then this comes apart. So this is also helpful because you have a display right here. It's an LCD display. So you can have it like this, so it's a front-facing screen, or you can flip it around and now you have a rear-facing screen for if you're shooting in front of you. But we're going to switch to the 360 camera right now. So this is the 360 lens. It's a 5.7K lens, and it's the exact same hardware as in the Insta360 One X2. So it's a really high-quality 360-degree lens, and just like that, it is attached. Now I just need to put on the base. After you've attached the base and everything clicks into place, this camera is actually waterproof, so you can take it underwater for up to 16 feet. So if you're familiar with Insta360's 360 cameras, they do a really cool trick in that they can erase a selfie stick from your video. So I hit record. Now right now, if you're watching the footage in 360 degree, you should, it looks like the camera's floating above me. The selfie stick has been erased by the software. Right now, I'm filming 5.7K, 30 FPS. Because of this relatively large screen, you can see a lot of what you're filming, and you can preview your 360 footage too. And when you're previewing, you can even cycle through. Now you can control all your different camera modes just by cycling through here. But of course, you can also pair with the Insta360 app, and then you can just use the app as a remote control. So that means you can put this camera somewhere and you can just control shooting here, and you can cycle through all your different modes right here too. And let's look at the 360 footage. So you can preview everything in real time, and you can adjust everything too. So you can change the aspect ratio if you want. You have this option called Color Plus that would dial up contrast. It doesn't look as realistic, but it looks, it's very Instagrammable. And then you have all these other options that you can do. You can reframe your 360 video on the fly and output into a normal flat video. So you see, if I can bring it all the way out, I can tilt, I can bring it higher, I can move a little bit to get a different framing. The video I just rendered. So this is not a 360-degree video anymore. This is a normal video I can now post on Instagram. And I prefer to do this with my 360 videos than post the actual 360 video. So this is awesome because that means you can use the Insta360 One RS to film whatever you want and then do the framing later. So if you notice you missed something really interesting behind you, you can reframe thereafter. So the update in the One RS over the One R is that the camera you're watching right now, the 4K lens, has been improved. It has a larger sensor. It's a 1/2-inch sensor, so it takes in more light. And the chip inside the core of the body has been improved too, so now there's a better stabilization. Right now I'm shooting one hand on a selfie stick, and the footage should be pretty stable. Okay, so I'm gonna run full speed test stabilization. And another new feature of the One RS is active HDR. So because the processor has been improved, so now it can handle HDR in real time. Right now I'm shooting against really harsh backlight, but you can see the sky clearly behind me, and my face is pretty exposed. So this still lens is a 48 megapixel lens, and you can take 48 megapixel photos. So I'm gonna put that camera here, and I'm gonna use this as a remote control. Okay, so now we are at this so now we're watching this Okay, so I noticed the footage earlier had pretty muffled audio, but you have to keep in mind that I was riding a bike at pretty high speed, so there was a lot of wind sound, and that's the Insta360's camera doing what it can to suppress that sound, so that's why my voice sounded a little bit muffled. Now I'm in a quiet room, so now my audio should come out a lot better. This audio is still coming directly from the mic. So as you can see, footage from the 4K lens looks pretty good, particularly when you have good daylight. This is a 16mm lens, so you get a really wide field of view. So even without a selfie stick, even if I just use handheld like this, I can film myself. Should be able to get my entire head and upper body in the frame, and the audio should sound pretty respectable. Now the software tricks I just showed you earlier, such as reframing a 360 photo, adjusting filters, all that, barely is just the tip of the iceberg. There's so much more you can do with the Insta360 app, like including active tracking, or they have like AI edits, meaning you just have to tap a couple of buttons and let the software app put together a video for you. To be honest, sometimes I feel like I don't quite get the most out of my Insta360 cameras, because the most I'll do is take it out for a walk and talk vlog, or I'm riding a bike and I'm talking to the camera. There are actual true adventurers, outdoorsy people that will really make use of a camera like this. They'll be like jumping off a cliff, paragliding with an Insta360, shooting a 360 video. They'll be riding a BMX bike, doing like 720-degree flip in mid-air. They'll be like doing parkour on skyscrapers. And for those people, this camera is absolutely awesome because it captures everything, particularly the 360 lens. You know, long before this existed, I have been using Insta360's 360 cameras out and about whenever I travel. You know, before COVID, I used to travel very regularly, so I have footage of me walking around London's Abbey Road, walking around Paris, just shooting with the 360 camera, and I love that I can just film and then reframe everything later. I don't have to worry about missing something over there or missing something on top of me. So this whole set right here, it's called the Insta360 Training Edition. It includes the 360 lens, the 4K boost lens, the battery, and the core. This whole set is $550 US. Now, some of my viewers are probably gonna find that a little bit expensive, but for those people who actually need to film their activities out and about, $550 is not a lot of money. You get a 4K wide angle lens and a 360 camera, and I think it's definitely worth it for people who will make use of all this footage. If you're a very outdoorsy person, you should see the appeal of this. Now, if you don't want to spend so much, you can just get this set here with the 4K lens, the core, and the battery for $300. And then all these parts are sold separate too. And then if you know that you don't want the action camera at all, you just want the 360 footage, then just get an Insta360 One X2. It has the exact same sensor as this lens here, so you get the same 5.7K footage. Either way, there are a lot of options for you, but this one, the Insta360 One RS Training Edition, is the most versatile. So anyway, that's about it for this review. I have a lot more content coming up, so please stay tuned. Thanks for watching.